Now, right now, decades of civil service will give way to some newcomers in the state assembly this fall. We asked two long-serving reps why they're stepping aside and how difficult politics are right now.
Plus, a UW program that proves age and financial means are not barriers to higher education gets a financial boost from the feds today.
And officials find hundreds of bodies across Ukraine's capital after Russian forces left the area, plus a new warning from Ukraine's president as Moscow amps up its attacks. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Thanks for staying with us. Eric's off tonight. Nearly a quarter of the Wisconsin Assembly will leave at the end of this year, including two of Dane County's longest-serving representatives.
It comes during a time when playing politics has often gotten in the way of doing politics. Naomi Coles is here now to explain.
I sat down with Representatives Gary Hebel and Sandy Pope earlier today, who announced their retirements this week. Both Democrats have served the majority of their combined 38 years under a Republican-controlled legislature. Both feel that the vicious nature of today's politics has made it harder to do their jobs. An example, Pope shared the story of an education bill back in the early 2000s when the legislature was still Republican-controlled. After a public hearing, what happened next is the clearest explanation of the difference between that legislature and today's.
The committee that brought it forward and wanted it passed actually changed its mind. Hearings had meaning, and debate happened and made sense, and people thought about what they heard, and the bill did not pass. That wouldn't happen today.
Both lawmakers have served parts of Dane County since the very early 2000s, and I'm sitting down with them on For the Record. That's Sunday after Face the Nation, looking back and forward.
Is this an unusual amount of turnover that the state has seen at the Capitol?
You know, it depends on who you ask, but if you start with the numbers, yes, we're getting there. Right now, we have 28 people who are retiring at the end of this session or leaving. Back in 2014, the number was 29. If you go all the way back to World War II, the number was 32. There was also a big changeover during 2010, the Tea Party wave that brought in a lot of newer, younger Republicans. So we're getting there, but it's not quite at the level of historical yet.
What do you think is the main reason that so many people are leaving?
You know, you ask all of them and they're going to give a different reason, right? Some cite family reasons. Some are they're getting older, they're looking to retire. A lot of the Republicans leaving, some of them are looking to move on, campaign for different seats, look for different races, move up from the Assembly to the Senate. But honestly, you can't ignore the state of politics, like I just talked about, when looking at this, right? Representative Pope shared an interesting anecdote. She told me that in the last session, out of hundreds of bills that the Democrats wrote on their side, only 7 of them got a hearing. That's out of hundreds, a total of 1,200 bills between both parties written. Only 7 got a hearing, only 1 of them passed. I think it's difficult. It's a difficult moment in today's politics, and you can't ignore that when looking at a changing legislature.
Hopefully some new faces might change that. Naomi, thank you.
We'll see you on For the Record. Thank you, Naomi.
And the candidates are already lining up to replace those two retiring lawmakers.
Within hours of the retirement announcements, 2 candidates threw their hats into the ring. Political reporter Will Keneally sat down with them today and discussed why they feel the time is now. Will?
That's right. For one, he had been thinking about this moment since the 8th grade. For another, she's been looking at this as a next step in public office. For Melissa Ratcliffe, running to replace Sun Prairie's Gary Hebel was ultimately a surprise by his announcement.
It wasn't necessarily something that I was expecting. I was looking forward to continuing on the county and village boards and working on representing those districts.
Dale Ures also announced his candidacy to replace Mount Horb's Sandy Pope on short notice this week. We'll hear his perspective of this timing announcement next at 6.
We will see you at 6, Will. Thank you. A chilly holiday weekend for southern Wisconsin. Chief Meteorologist Gary Keneally has the details. Gary?
Well, what else is new? But next weekend, though, look ahead to next weekend. We could see temperatures up around 70 degrees, so that will be a big change, but not this weekend. Visible cloud track shows a mix of clouds and sunshine. More clouds to the south of Madison, where there have been a few scattered light snow showers mixed with rain at times. For the most part, part, the precipitation, if it's even reaching the ground, has been very light and now is moving out. Low temperatures this morning started out in the upper 20s to lower 30s thanks to some cloud cover. High temperatures today, though, only around 40 degrees in Madison, a little warmer to the south in Janesville, but you can see those temperatures right now pretty much at their highs for the day, and that's not very high. And wind chills right now make it feel like it's about 5 to 10 degrees colder thanks to those brisk winds. Those winds at times gusting to about 20 to 25 miles per hour, not as strong as yesterday. Look for an overnight low temperature of 26 by morning as skies clear out. For tomorrow, look for a chilly Saturday, high temperature at 42 with partly sunny skies, and the winds will remain brisk. Easter Sunday will be chilly as well. I'll have more on the Easter forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Gary, thank you very much. This just in, the state Supreme Court has just ruled it is adopting the GOP maps for legislative districts on a vote of 4-3. Justice Brian Hagedorn joined fellow conservatives in the majority after originally backing maps that were drawn up by Governor Evers. In their ruling today, the court ruled the GOP maps are race neutral and comply with a least change approach.
More than 900 bodies of civilians were discovered in the Kyiv region.
The jarring numbers came shortly after Russia's withdrawal from the city, and we want to warn some viewers may find this video disturbing. This week, Russia's defense ministry promised to ramp up missile attacks on Kyiv in response to alleged aggression on Russian territory. A senior U.S. official confirmed a Moscow flagship was sunk by a Ukrainian missile.
Moscow continues preparations for a renewed offensive in eastern Ukraine.
Ukraine's president is now warning the world that worse may be coming in the form of a potential nuclear strike by Russia. Mike Valerio has the latest.
Only hours after the Moskva sank to the bottom of the Black Sea, new fears of Russian retaliation.
The Russian prestige, the Navy prestige has been badly damaged by this.
The Ukrainian armed forces say Russia launched new strikes to avenge the sinking of the Russian warship.
Noise. The noise of a rocket flying and explosions. That's what I saw and heard when I was in the shop.
Multiple explosions left at least 2 people dead outside an Orthodox church in the southern city of Mykolaiv.
People ran into the store and I saw people scared. I saw people dropping to the ground from explosions.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says all of the countries of the world should prepare for the possibility of Russian President Vladimir Putin using tactical nuclear weapons.
We should think, not be afraid. I mean, not be afraid, be ready.
Given the setbacks that they've faced so far militarily, none of us can take lightly the threat posed by a potential resort to tactical nuclear weapons or low-yield nuclear weapons.
This, as a senior U.S. defense official says, the first flight of $800 million in U.S. military aid is expected to reach Ukraine in the next 24 hours. It's a package of more sophisticated and heavier-duty weaponry, including 11 helicopters initially earmarked for Afghanistan. I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
The UN says more than 5 million people have fled Ukraine, and President Zelensky is asking the White House to designate Russia a state sponsor of terrorism.
A police shooting in Michigan is renewing questions about de-escalation tactics. We want to warn you that some viewers may find this video disturbing. The deadly encounter escalated in a matter of minutes. 26-year-old Patrick Leo was killed after resisting and running away during a traffic stop. Grand Rapids police policy states that officers should always try to control a situation using verbal commands, but if a suspect does not comply, only then can the officer escalate to use physical force. Protesters and Leo's family's attorney said it was the officer who escalated the situation. The officer is currently on paid leave.
A fight at a Northside Madison middle school led to a student, staff member, and several Madison police officers getting hurt. It started around 12:30 this afternoon at Sherman Middle School next to Shabazz High School. A district spokesman tells us staff activated a lockout at Sherman, which is used when there is a perceived threat outside of a school. No one besides first responders are allowed in, but often regular classroom work continues. One parent told us she learned about what was going on through an email from the principal.
I'm surprised that this happened here. It's a small school. I used to be a teacher. I can see things happening like this at East. It's a really big school. It's harder to keep everybody focused. I'm sad this happened.
The middle school lifted the lockout at 2:15 this afternoon. Madison police say the officers' injuries were minor. The district has not said to what extent the student and staff member were hurt. As Madison police continue to investigate a sexual assault on the east side, we're learning more about the suspect. Officers released this sketch of the man today. He is described as a black man between 5'11" and 6 feet tall and weighs between 190 to 200 pounds. The victim also told police he has a noticeable blemish, possibly a mole or a pimple on the right side of his face. The assault happened earlier this week. The victim was attacked while walking into her apartment building on Brandy Street.
A man charged in connection with a deadly crash on Schrader Road is now facing additional charges tied to the incident. Cedarius Goodall is facing 4 new charges tied to the crash, including homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle and injury using a vehicle with a passenger under 16 years old. The crash killed a 14-year-old Jeremiah Broomfield, a freshman at La Folla High School. Goodall will be back in court next month. Senator Tammy Baldwin joined Madison's mayor today to announce federal funding for much-needed improvements at Metro Transit's maintenance site. $6.9 billion will assist the city with Metro's redesign and the conversion of the city fleet to electric buses. Projects include installing new maintenance bays and lifts and upgrading electrical infrastructure to support all electric vehicles.
By investing in electric buses for our BRT system, we will save the city up to $125,000 in maintenance costs per vehicle during the lifetime of each bus. We'll also save up to 135 metric tons of greenhouse gases each year.
The funds will also be used to remodel transit dispatch and administration areas.
Well, while the weather may be a bit chilly tomorrow, the Dane County Farmers Market returns to the Capitol Square for its 50th season. The market runs Saturdays from now until November from 6:15 a.m. to 1:45 in the afternoon. Organizers recommend going before 9 for the best selection and smaller crowds. For more information and some tips before you head downtown, look for our story on channel3000.com.
Go early is some good advice. Next at 5, the FDA approves a new, easier way to test for COVID.
The test is over 90% accurate. We'll tell you how it works after the break. And strong winds continue to wreak havoc across Wisconsin. A closer look at some of the damage in Milwaukee. That's coming up at 6.
Ashley's Beat the Clock Easter Weekend Sale. Friday, Saturday, Monday only. Savings up to 65% off for the first time ever. Plus 60 months special financing with no money down. Entire room for only $99 per month. Everything is on sale. Only at Ashley.
How do you use your energy? Fueling your drive to deliver hope for neighbors in need? At Alliant Energy, we're creating more clean, renewable energy every single day to power what matters to you. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
With broken supply chains and lives disrupted, businesses like Amazon have invested to deliver on time for you and help hundreds of thousands of small businesses gain access to millions of online shoppers. But Washington politicians have a law that could break Prime's guaranteed 2-day free delivery and threaten our fragile economic recovery. Tell your senators, don't break our Prime. Oppose S 2992. Paid for by CCIA.
Dylan, how's the cash situation with all the price increases?
Honestly, not that great.
Well, Slumberland can help. It's our biggest finance sales event of the year. Check out this cool patio set for just $25 a month, or this beautiful sectional for just $20 a month when you spend $1,200 and pay no interest for 5 years.
No way.
And for your new mattress, come to Slumberland Sleep Solutions, where we've rated each bed on back support and softness to take all the guesswork out of shopping.
When you need a paint to fit your lifestyle, Menards has got you covered. From protecting against this, or covering this, to refinishing this, we have a paint for you. You also need it in this color, or even this color. We can do that. Stop in and talk to one of our paint professionals to make your colors come to life. Pick up a gallon of Dutch Boyd DuraClean Interior Flat Paint for only $19.48 after sale price and 11% rebate.
My name is April, and I am a caregiver. I've been with Nell now for 2.5 years. I know how much her family relies on me.
At Care.com, you can find the local senior care help your family needs with profiles, reviews, and more. Care.com.
Ashley's Beat the Clock Easter Weekend Mattress Sale. Friday, Saturday, Monday only. Get a Tempur-Pedic or Purple mattress for $1 a day. Guaranteed delivery within 5 days on all in-stock mattresses. Do not miss it. Only at Ashley.
Tonight at 6, we speak with 2 of Dane County's longest-serving representatives. We'll get their thoughts on the current political climate. Plus, we speak with 2 candidates hoping to fill the seats. That's coming up at 6.
Student literacy rates have been sliding nationwide, but one area school is bucking that trend. Chris Stanford shows you how these students are turning a new page.
I can stay positive, strong, get my work done, and do my job.
Eye on Education, Sunday at 10. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back. Right now, the CDC is tracking an increase in flu cases across the country. Health officials have tallied at least 3.8 million infections this flu season so far. They say the spike is unusual, but not surprising because fewer people are wearing masks and more people are gathering now. The CDC also found this year's flu shot is only 16% effective, but cases could drop as we near summer.
Well, there's a new way you can test for COVID. The breath test was just approved by the FDA. Skylar Henry shows us how it works.
The FDA has granted emergency use authorization for the Inspect IR COVID-19 breathalyzer. It's just like a breathalyzer test for alcohol, but instead detects chemical compounds in breath samples which indicate COVID-19. The non-invasive tube can return results in less than 3 minutes. The new authorization comes as COVID cases increase across the U.S. because of 2 Omicron subvariants. The highest rates per capita over the past 14 days were in Vermont, Rhode Island, New York, Massachusetts, and Alaska. Cases may be rising, but some school districts are backing off from COVID protocols as the severity of the virus declines for most who are infected. The Minneapolis School District will drop its mask mandate starting Monday. Contact tracing will end, and quarantine time for unvaccinated adults and students exposed to COVID will decrease from 10 days to 5. In California, a mandate requiring vaccinations for students will be pushed back a year.
Some parents just may need more time. They may need more data. They may need to watch other kids get vaccinated and just have that time.
The move comes despite Pfizer's plan to seek FDA authorization for a COVID booster shot for kids as young as 5. A group that fights for vaccine choice says some parents are relieved about the delay.
We at Let Them Breathe and Let Them Choose have been educating families on their rights and how to speak up for their kids. And it's, really good to see that at least that is making a difference.
The vaccine mandate now slides to July 2023. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
And the new breath test will be conducted by licensed healthcare providers. It's more than 91% accurate at detecting positive samples and has a 99% accuracy rate for negative samples.
Well, let's get a look at your certified most accurate weather now. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti.
Well, it's blustery and cold out there again. At least the winds aren't as strong as they were yesterday. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Look at chilly weather, not only for Easter weekend, but through at least the middle part of next week. And we could even see some minor snow accumulations late Sunday night into Monday morning as temperatures will be right around the freezing mark. I think if we see any accumulations, mainly on grassy areas, and should melt pretty quickly. But by the end of next week, temperatures will warm up. And by next weekend, high temperatures should be around 70 degrees. But for tomorrow, 42 for high, breezy and cold for Saturday and Easter Sunday. Not a lot warmer. 45 for the high, more clouds than sunshine, especially in the afternoon. Could even see a late day rain shower. As we check out high resolution Doppler, there have been some light rain and snow showers down to the south, but those have moved off to the east. Now Wisconsin pretty much precipitation free, but it is cold out there. In fact, you look at temperatures across the Midwest, temperatures right now only around 20 degrees up in International Falls, Minnesota, 20s through North Dakota, where they've got plenty of snow on the ground from this last storm system. Even down into southern portions of Iowa and northern portions of Illinois, temperatures are in the 40s 40s. South of that, now you start to see some 60s show up near 70 degrees in Wichita, Kansas, but that's about where temperature should be for this time of year. As we look at weather track, the jet stream has dipped to the south again. Also, a branch coming in out of Canada, so that's just ushering down the colder air. But notice the jet stream kind of flattening out a little bit. There's another wiggle out here out to the west that will kind of push the jet stream back to the south again over the weekend, and that's what could bring us that little bit of light snow late Sunday night, Monday morning. But eventually, some of that warmer air will start working its way back northward. This front is a dividing line between slightly milder conditions to the south, where temperatures are a little bit closer to average, to temperatures that are below average or well below average for much of the upper Midwest. I mean, these look like nighttime low temperatures this time of year, but we're near our highs for the day. Only 40 right now in Madison, 30s for about the northern two-thirds of the state. Compared to 24 hours ago, temperatures are about the same. At least the winds are a little bit less brisk than they were yesterday at this time, but on future track, you can see partly cloudy skies tonight, more clouds in the northern part of the state, partly sunny skies for tomorrow. We clear out for tomorrow night. That gets temperatures down in the mid-20s. Then as we head into Easter Sunday, notice the clouds coming in. Could be a rain shower late in the afternoon. High temperatures in the mid-40s, but notice a little branch of snow coming on through late Sunday night into Monday. That's what could bring some minor snow accumulation, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. For tomorrow, look for skies to be partly sunny, but it'll be breezy and cold. High temperature at 42, and Easter Sunday, pretty much the same story. 45, at least we'll see a little more cloud cover in the afternoon, maybe a shower late in the day. 7 to 10 day forecast, 41 on Monday as the rain and snow showers come to an end in the morning. Dry for Tuesday. The next system midweek will be mainly rain. We'll see a high of 50 on Wednesday, and then temperatures get near 60 on Thursday, mid-60s on Friday, and around 70 by next weekend, although there'll be a couple of chances for rain showers in there. As we take a look at first warrant traffic right now, here's the view of the Beltline at Fish Hatchery Road. Eastbound Beltline is starting to get pretty heavy again. We're seeing delays from around Monona Drive back to around Fish Hatchery Road, and then a little bit of a slowdown in the construction area around Todd Drive. Right now, a 22-minute commute on the eastbound Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. The normal 15 minutes going back in the other direction. 25 minutes from the Beltline to Janesville on I-3990. US 12 Middleton to Sauk City. A quick 16 minutes downtown to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue. And US 151 is a 17-minute trip. That's your news for now. First warrant traffic.
Thank you, Gary. As we near Earth Day, communities across the country are working to prevent food waste. We'll share some tips next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
We're USA Insulation, and our premium injection foam turns your cold and drafty house into a warm and toasty home. Call now and save $500 on whole home insulation.
USA Insulation.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Finding the right ingredients for a healthy lifestyle can be tricky. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are here to help.
Our Time for Kids Recipe for Health experts use online conversations and on-air reports to answer your health questions.
So tell us, what topics would your family like to hear about? What questions do you have?
Use the handy feedback form on our Time for Kids page to share what matters most to your family's health. And together,
let's take time for kids.
Impatience is a virtue. When you know what you want, waiting isn't an option.
New Balance Madison, we got now.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and it's time to add the perfect accessories to your new Chevy. Make it bolder. Make it work harder. Make it your own. Find new possibilities. Find new roads. Very well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy pickup trucks. Plus, now during Truck Month, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward the eligible purchase of a new Chevy truck with accessories. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Oh my gosh, you look great! Thanks to Jenny Craig, I've lost 22 pounds in 11 weeks and I'm still going strong. That's amazing. Jenny works.
Jenny Craig Max Up is our most effective program ever. Plans starting at $13.99 per day.
As you remodel, don't toss your cabinets and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Give your items a second life while proceeds build Habitat for Humanity homes. Donate today. Habitat Restore, Dane County.
We're USA Insulation, and our premium injection foam turns your cold and drafty house into a warm and toasty home. Call now and save $500 on whole home insulation.
USA Insulation.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
We have more breaking news this half hour. The Madison School District has just announced it is extending its requirement to wear masks inside school buildings until the first week of May. The decision comes after meetings between the district and its medical advisors. We'll have more on the decision online and coming up on News 3 at 6. You may be surprised at just how much food you waste.
The Department of Agriculture says about 1/3 of all food produced in the U.S. goes uneaten each year.
Isabel Rosales shows us how communities on the East and West Coasts are working to turn that around.
Discolored and deformed. This food may not be the prettiest to look at, but it is perfectly edible.
When you think about the amount of resources that it takes to produce this food and then to not have it become nutrient, that is so wasteful.
Instead of wasting away all that ugly or surplus produce from farms around California, goes back to those in need. Roman Pinal, organizer for Campesinos a Campesinos, or farm workers to farm workers, says they feed hundreds of families in their community.
I think it's hunger, preventing food waste, and bringing some healthy food to farm worker families.
Over on the East Coast, Arlington County wants to make composting as easy as taking out the trash. It's the first in Virginia to offer residential curbside composting pickup. Eric Grabowski leads the Solid Waste Bureau.
So it's our version of a topsoil product, and you can see how rich it looks.
He tells me nearly 80% of households are participating, and the program isn't even a year old.
I think that's fabulous. It's not 100%, but it's very good.
Here's how it works. You collect food scraps like an orange peel. Once a week, a crew comes to pick up your green card, curbside, just like trash day. But it doesn't end up in a landfill. It ends up here. This is a composting facility. These scraps go through a journey. In these aerated bunkers, microorganisms break them down. And in about 60 days, it ends up as compost. In other words, fertilizer. So far, Arlington County found the program diverts about 20% of food scraps that would otherwise end up as garbage. But it's not always so easy to get people on board.
You know, there's a yuck factor associated with managing food scraps in your house.
But once you figure it out, you start to see scrap or spoiled food as not a waste, but an opportunity. I'm Isabel Rosales reporting.
And you can help reduce food waste at home by making better use of leftovers, properly storing foods, and freezing meals to make them last longer. And we'll be right back.
Ashley's Beat the Clock Easter Weekend Sale. Friday, Saturday, Monday only. Savings up to 65% off for the first time ever. Plus 60-month special financing with no money down. Entire room for only $99 per month. Everything is on sale. Only at Ashley.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and it's time to add the perfect accessories to your new Chevy. Make it bolder. Make it work harder. Make it your own. Find new possibilities. Find new roads. Very well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy pickup trucks. Plus, now during Truck Month, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward the eligible purchase of a new Chevy truck with accessories. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Your energy, giving back to your community, fueling your drive to deliver hope for neighbors in need. At Alliant Energy, we're creating more clean, renewable energy every single day to power what matters to you. Because even during the most powerful moments in our lives, we're not thinking about power. We're thinking about a brighter future. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
He's turned on working families again. Ron Johnson said no to bringing new jobs to Wisconsin. Now he's supporting the Republican plan that phases out Social Security and Medicare and increases taxes on middle-class families.
Time for Democrat Alex Lasry. Lasry says let's get more money into working people's pockets and cut their taxes. No wonder so many unions say Alex Lasry is the strongest Democrat to beat Ron Johnson.
I'm Alex Lasry, and I approve this message.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
Sunroom saving season is here. Four Seasons has a great way to beat the backyard blues and save 20 to 25%. Let's cover your deck with a screen room or 3 Seasons porch. We can turn your screen porch into an enclosed screen porch or put a pergola on your patio. All on sale now. Let Coolview show you how to tame your backyard and improve your lifestyle. Call for a free backyard survey, design, and quote.
Get a new view from Coolview.
Ashley's Beat the Clock Easter Weekend Mattress Sale. Friday, Saturday, Monday only. Get a Tempur-Pedic or Purple mattress for $1 a day. Guaranteed delivery within 5 days on all in-stock mattresses. Do not miss it. Only at Ashley.
Well, wind gusts are still in the 10 to 20 mile an hour range. A few places a little bit stronger than that. Temperatures right now around 40, give or take a couple of degrees either way, and that's what it feels like. Wind chills in the 30s.
Bundle up. Thanks, Gary.
Thank you, Gary. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope to see you back here at 6.